Welcome to episode 229. Okay guys, it is December 25th, Christmas Day, and it's the day that you should spend with the ones you love. That's why I'm here with the Pink Panther. Alright, small joke. I love my wife way more than I love my race car. This is going to be the last video of the year, I imagine. It's been a big year. A lot has happened. It has been very exciting, and we had some big changes to the car. We switched over to the Penske shocks. We no longer have the pushrod style suspension. That was a pretty big deal, and we had some new aerodynamics on the car, and the color change. The color change was a big deal, and honestly, I think the car looks better than it's ever looked. Love the color, and I'll talk more about Bridget's painting later. But anyways, we came in third in the country, and there's many goals that we met this year, and it was very exciting. And third place, podium finish is fantastic, and I expect even better things next year. So we were helped out a little bit by the rain. No, actually we were helped out a lot by the rain, but hopefully we can rectify that next year and be just as competitive in the dry. But anyways, it's been a great year, and there's a few people that I wanted to thank for this, and so I made a little list so I didn't forget anybody. I want to thank Ron Sutton and Dave Hansen from Ron Sutton Race Technology. Those guys not only helped me set the car up with the new suspension, but they also were right at the end of a telephone anytime I needed them when I went to nationals. They were always there texting me back. I mean, Dave was on a boat, out in the middle of a lake, and he was still texting me and telling me, what changes to make to the shock settings and sway bars and all that stuff to make the car more competitive. And Ron was the same way. Ron, didn't matter what he was doing, what he was up to. He was shooting me text, telling me how to make changes based on the tire temperatures I was getting. So big shout out to those guys. Big thanks. I hope to meet both of them someday in person. I'd also like to thank Eric from the Grassroots Motorsports Forum. His username is Alpha Driver. He helped me out a great deal with the tune. I send him the logs. He'd make a change to the tune, send it back to me. The car ran great at Nationals. Thanks, Eric. Hope you come to Nationals someday and check the car out in person. Jerry from Bad News Racing shot me an email with some key bits of information on the tune as well. Big help to Jerry, thanks to Jerry for that. Bill Doe from the HP Tuners Forum helped me out with the torque mapping of the car. That was very helpful. Thanks, Bill. Del Long, always big help, always lots of advice, and get better, Del. He's been having he had a heart bypass surgery there recently, so hoping Dell's getting better soon. Peter Raymond from, I raced against him, or not against him, but with him at Nationals. Peter is on the mod discussion forums, and he's a great source of information, and he's been very helpful. But the biggest help, the most support that I've had all year has been from my wife, Bridget. She has been awesome. She is, she's the one that painted the car. I mean, she has done more than just been supportive. She's actually gotten her hands dirty and gotten in there and painted the car, and she takes a great interest in the car, and behind the scenes is giving advice and helping out with that. And honestly, the car would be nowhere without her help. And a lot of what I do with the car, I have her in mind, such as the power steering and all that stuff, and the movable seat and everything. I definitely have her in mind. I want the car to be good for her to drive, and I want her to have fun with it too. And I really hope I never lose that support from my beautiful wife. Anyways, okay. Speaking of Bridget, not only does Bridget paint cars, but she also, I'm going to show you what else she's been doing. like I say, today is December 25th. It's Christmas Day. And today and yesterday, what Bridget has been doing is she's come to Speed World and she's been painting the track. Yes, she's been painting the track. Check this out. Our start-finish line. Look at this. Look at these beautiful edges to the track and the pit area. I don't know. I think she spent like 12 hours painting. But just look at how beautiful this is now. It's just too bad that customers are going to come in here and go off the racing line and just mess this all up. I really wish we could keep this looking this beautiful for a length of time, but I don't think that's going to happen. But anyways, I'm here today. Maybe you guys would be interested in this, but I rent the track out to pit bikes on weekends, and here they all are. Here's all their bikes, from little tiny bikes to beautiful, you know, like CR80s, like this one, or maybe it's a 125. No, that's in CR80. Anyways, here's my CR250 that I took my shifter cart motor out of, and it's a perfectly good bike. It was running. And anyways, so that's that. I am here today to do some work on the car because I have a family dinner later today, and I didn't want to feel completely useless just sitting around doing nothing. So I'm working on the car. All right, we'll see all of you in a moment. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I noticed there's a gap between the, like when I have this panel here, in here, all right, there's a gap between my duct and the hood, and it's on both sides. So I need to make up these pieces. These pieces basically go in here, and they take up that gap. So, yep. So this piece will fill in the gap on both sides, and I'll have a nice seal of the hood to the duct. So that's what I'm making now. I know it's not very exciting, but that's what I'm up to. All right, the pieces are in. You can see they take up the gap over there. Once that's all painted, it'll look really good. So yeah, just one little more detail. It's Friday, and I have not got a lot done this week. I've shown you what I've got done. Yesterday, I woke up to find that somebody had broken into the trailer, the Pink Panthers trailer, and cut the lock. Now here's the crazy thing. I know this person that broke into the trailer was a psycho, because all they took, of all the tools and everything, all they took was a few metric wrenches. And this is the crazy part. They didn't even take the 10 millimeter wrench. They took like oddball sizes, like 14 millimeter and up they took, but nothing else. So clearly this person's crazy. Anyways, they left the pit bike behind. They left all the other tools behind. I don't know, it's a mystery. Good news, my radiator has arrived. So here it is. Yes, that is a water radiator. Fits in there something like that. I don't know exactly where I'm gonna place it yet, but somewhere in that neighborhood. Probably back there like that. So there we go. One more thing checked off the list. All right, I think that's it for this week. I got the battery back in, I got the car turning over, but I was gonna wire up the fuel pump and all that stuff, but I don't have the proper shrink tube connectors, or shrink, you know, the heat shrink connectors that I want to wire those things up. So I'll have to pick that up this weekend, or maybe order that on Amazon. If I can find it locally, I will. Anyways, so that looks like that's it for this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a like or a thumbs up for the video so that other people can find it and I'll get more subscribers. That would be awesome. And we'll see all of you next week. Yes. Just push start me. Just push on my back.